Do it! Do it now! Do it right now! Now! Hi. What is up, society? It is your favorite would-be influencer and sovereign Koi, and welcome back to another ADHD tips video. If y'all read that title, then you already know that we're going to be covering why ADHD makes adulting so freaking hard. Before we even get started, I just want to make sure that I'm being clear. Okay? ADHD is not what makes adulting hard. Living in a neurotypical world is a neurodivergent that doesn't accommodate you. Is what makes it hard. Moving on. Just to be clear, just in case I ramble on a little bit, we're going to be discovering a few adulting items and how I handle them. That is involving work, errands, socializing, things of that nature. So hopefully adulting can be a little bit easier for you. All right, let's get into it. First things first, we're going to be covering numero uno, work. Okay, so if you work in customer service or have a very demanding job or things of that nature, just even thinking about work is already an overwhelming, overstimulating experience. Just the thought of it. You telling me that I was just there yesterday, I was here today, and I gotta go tomorrow? I'm already stressed, okay? And I want to make it abundantly clear, if you are at a job that is absolutely terrible for you, baby, I don't give a damn if it makes you uncomfortable. Quit! You should be able to at least tolerate your job. In some way, shape, or form, you should be able to tolerate it at the very least. You don't have to be overjoyed or happy, but you shouldn't hate it, okay? And if you do, it's time for you to look for something else. So that's number one. That's step number one. But if you're at a job that you can tolerate or that you even like, just the idea of leaving your house is probably the problem. Having to get up and do a task, doing a thing, showing up, being present in front of people, putting on a performance, that is probably the root cause of your issue. One thing that I like to do is I like to pull the grateful card. So like I know that people say, oh, be humble and da 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 da, bitch, I ain't talking about that, so hold on, right? When I say I pull the grateful card, oftentimes I like to just sit in like my living room or my bedroom and just be like, my lights is on. I can pay my bills. I have the funds to do so. There are people who are homeless right now, are becoming homeless. Some people's worst nightmare is coming to the forefront right now because they do not have a job. And I'm not saying this to tell you to be grateful for what you got. I'm saying that type of mindset actually helped me a lot in some cases when I would just be like, okay, it's not that bad. And that just brings me on to my next tip. If the grateful thing doesn't work, always try doing like a breakdown thing as well, right? Breaking down how bad or good it is, right? So one thing that I used to always do, which I'm pretty sure you do too, is I used to like tack on all these emotions on top of what like was happening when it wasn't really happening. Well, what do I mean by that? So like I'll be like, okay, oh my God, I have the impending doom of going to work. I hate my job. And I used to literally like have it in my brain, like breaking down about the fact that I have to go to work tomorrow, right? Breaking down. And then one day I just sat and I was just like, Coy, it's not even that bad. Like I'm at a job that I can tolerate. It's not, and like when I sat with that thought process, I was just like, okay, now it doesn't seem like impending doom. Now it doesn't seem like hell on water. You know what I'm saying? Now it doesn't seem that bad. I'm just going in, clickety clackety clack on the damn computer, chat with my coworkers and staying in the air conditioning office. Okay. You don't have to actually love it, but you can still be okay with it. And then if that doesn't work, okay, just think about it like this. It's funding my life. I got a job. It's funding my life at the very least. But if your job that you're at is weighing on misery way more than comfort, it's time to go. What did we talk about? What did Drewski say? Pack it up. Okay? Shipping. Go ahead, express shipping. Get her up out of here. Okay? You got to be uncomfortable with having to look for a new job and going into a new environment and meeting new people if you want to stop living in this miserable state at this terrible job. That covers the mindset portion of it. Now let's try to dive into actually getting ready for work. Because sometimes it's not even about your mindset. Sometimes it's just about the fact that you are ill prepared. You're always late. You don't get to eat breakfast, things of that nature, because you are not ready for work. For a neurotypical, probably a regular morning is probably waking up when the alarm go off, okay, picking out their outfit, having breakfast, and then heading out for the 8:30 rush hour, okay? For a neurodivergent, at least like me, that's not how it's gonna fly. Okay, first of all, I'm about to hit snooze 3 times. I know it's not good, but I'm gonna hit snooze 3 times. Okay, because I was up all night, an insomniac, wasn't ready to go to sleep. Didn't go to sleep until 4 a.m. and I had to be up at 7. Let's not talk about it. Okay, and then on top of that, outfit. I'm about to spend 15 minutes looking for an outfit alone. Why? Because the weather might not be good. I might have to get up and walk around. I might be too cold in the office, or I might not like these shoes because they're uncomfortable. We might have to go this place, so I gotta make sure I'm dressing the right way. All these thoughts are flowing through the head, okay? And this is all happening in a single morning, okay? Then happening with breakfast and stuff like that. Breakfast. If I even remember to eat breakfast, even if I do remember to eat breakfast, if I have time, Okay, and then there to make it 2 minutes before I'm about to be late. You know what I'm saying? That's usually the idea, the thought process of a neurodivergent, at least myself, right? So what would you do to make sure that you're getting ready for work? Your freaking getting ready for work starts the day before, the night before. Okay? That is when you start to get ready for work. I know this sounds crazy. I know this sounds wild, but this is how we have to navigate the world, right? Because we have to make our lives as easy and convenient as possible. That means less steps, less stress, less tasks, less things to do. So what does that mean? You get the things done beforehand. You plan ahead. So that means that you're going to be getting your outfits ready the night before. You're going to be checking the weather, checking the time, thinking about what you have to do at work. So you're making sure that you're comfortable. You're going to basically dress yourself down to the shoes, even the accessories if you're into that type of thing. Okay? Make sure that your outfit is picked out the night before. When it comes down to breakfast, you're going to tell yourself what you're having for breakfast the night before. Okay, so I might have cereal, I might have fruit, or maybe I just want to take my stuff to work with me. So what you're going to do, you're going to pack it beforehand. One of my favorite things to eat is a parfait in the morning. So I would take me a little yogurt cup, put some oats in a sandwich bag, cut me up some fruit, and then I will be able to grab it and go when I'm going out to work. So now you just cut out your outfit, you cut out breakfast, and now you're able to go and leave for work on time. You show up at work, you're not stressed, you're not overwhelmed, you're not overstimulated, and you're able and ready to go because your brain is clear because you already planned ahead. These are things that I do for work every single fucking time because if I don't, I know that I'm screwed. Okay, so make sure that you're applying that when you're trying to get ready for work. Also, honorable mention, do not include any morning task when you're trying to get ready for work. I would have that bad. I would literally be like, oh, let me just try to put the laundry in the car. Let me just take the trash out. Girl, you're not going to do that. Take that trash out the night before. Put them bags in the car the night before. Everything the night before. So all you have to do when you wake up in the morning is hit that snooze once or twice and then grab your shit and go. That's all you have to do. Make it a lot more convenient. Moving on. Next adulting item, running errands. Now listen, I hate running errands. I'm not gonna lie. I really do. Sometimes I'm in the mood and sometimes I'm not. Okay, as an ambivert, I'm just not freaking into it. Okay, I want to stay in the house most of the time. But one of the biggest things that has always helped me is bulk days. So when I do errands, I never try to do like one errand a day. Okay, because that stuff is really annoying. I much rather just plan out my day from start to finish and get everything done in one fell swoop. I much rather have all the overstimulation happen in one day so then I have 7 days to recover. Does that make sense? So what I would do is I would always make sure that I'm planning. Once again, planning ahead, day before, even a couple of days before. I would literally plan out my stuff according to a list. Now, if you don't do anything, if you don't listen to nothing else I say, make a freaking list. I keep a list. I stay with a list. Why? Because this is how I keep track of my life. This is how I keep everything organized. This is how I keep myself from being overstimulated, okay? And you don't have to make it in order at first. I'll write everything that I have to do, and I will literally rank it from easiest to hardest. And sometimes it's not even about what's easiest to hardest. Sometimes it's about location. Sometimes it's about, okay, what would be better sitting in the car? What could take a lot more time? Things of that nature, right? So let's just say I gotta go to the post office, the bank, and the grocery store, okay? I'll probably go to the post office or the bank first because those things do not require anything to be sitting out or anything. But the grocery store, say if I gotta get ice or ice cream or things of that nature, I wouldn't want to go there first because if I have to run errands, I don't want my ice or my ice cream melted, right? So what I would do is I would make sure that I would put them in the list according to what needs to get done first, or even simpler tasks. Like if I got to take out the trash and unload the dishwasher, I'll probably unload the dishwasher first, then take out the trash later, and then maybe run to the post office, run to the bank, then run to the grocery store. On top of that, anytime that I have to run errands, I love to run errands when I have something else that I have to do. So for instance, I'm teaching my sister how to drive right now. She has certain days that she wants me to come by and teach her how to drive. So I would pick those days to go out and do things. On top of that, I would also do it on work days. If I'm working, I would probably be like, okay, if I'm working, I'm already out. Okay, I'm already going to be out there. I'm already going to be dealing with people. I may as well get my laundry done. I may as well run to the grocery store. Don't do it on a weekend. Do it when you're already tired. Do it when you already worked. Okay, that way you can get them errands out the way without having to think about it. It has helped me so freaking much. Roping this in with the running the errands, just leaving your house in general. Leaving your house. I literally just uploaded the ADHD adventure. If you have not watched that, go watch that. Of me just taking out the trash. Just leaving my house, putting on clothes, getting out of my comfort zone to go out the door. It's a lot, okay? But you have to just find something that motivates you. Me personally, I'm a camera girly. I love attention. I love the camera. Y'all motivate me. Anytime I got the camera on, baby, I'm ready to go. I'm moving, okay? I have to get it done. Why? Because that's my trigger. That's involving anything. So even if you have to go down, like my apartment does have laundry in it as well. If you want to leave the house to go do laundry, sometimes you just gotta Prepare yourself mentally to take on those tasks. But it's best to do it when you're not already relaxed or when you're planning on having a leisure day. Do it on a day when you're already busy. Make sure that you are planning ahead, okay, and prepping yourself, or find you a little trigger thing like me. Little thing right here, my little camera, a little motivator. I will always not say the word trigger. A little motivator, a little marker, if you will, that will keep you going and pushing forward. Also, honorable mention when it comes down to leaving your comfort zone. Don't do too much. I don't do too much. And one of the biggest things that help me stay motivated is most of the time I just throw on some joggers, some Crocs, and a bonnet and keep pushing. Or just throw my hair into a high puff or just, fluff up my fro and go. You don't have to look like a freaking, I don't know, Marilyn Monroe every single time you walk out the damn door. So yeah, don't overthink it too much. Just do what's best for you, and however you gotta get it done, as long as you get it done, who gives a shit? Honorable mention +1. Also do things when you are impulsive as hell. My ADHD adventure when I was showing y'all taking out the trash, I was just being impulsive. I was like, trash is right there. I don't like that. It looked like a mess. I don't like that. So what did I do? I just did it right when I had the motivation to do it. I did not wait. I didn't think on it too longer. I didn't get distracted with TikTok, Instagram, taking photos, taking pictures, whatever. I didn't do any of that. I literally was like, okay, I'm motivated. I'm going to do it right now. And I'm going to record it because why not? Exactly. Moving on. Stepping away from errands or leaving the house. Little bit of what I was saying earlier, okay? Doing chores. Chores have to be the hardest thing for me, I ain't gonna lie. Personally, I'm glad that I actually grew up with a clean freak mother because, cleanliness and a clean house is what I have to live in. Otherwise, I cannot breathe, okay? But sometimes, baby, I let that laundry pile up. I let them dishes pile up. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm just not mentally motivated to do it. But like I was saying earlier, acting on the impulse has saved my life on all of this. Like literally just doing whatever. And I mean anything. If you're doing something fun and leisurely and you get the instant idea to be like, let me do my laundry. Let me wash the dishes. Let me unload the dishwasher. Do it! Do it now. Do it right now. Now. Okay, stop what you're doing and do that now. Why? Because you don't know when your motivation to get the hell up and do something again is going to come back. You don't know when it's going to come back. Okay, you don't know. But your fun and entertainment and knitting, watching anime, reading a manga, that's going to always be there. You're going to always want to have the entertainment in that. You're going to always be interested in that. Maybe that's a no-brainer. But doing the laundry, sweeping the floor, mopping, who knows? Baby, you get that motivation every blue moon. Act on it then. That has literally been my saving grace. I cannot tell y'all, I just cannot. That's how I literally get everything done in my life, literally just acting on the impulse if I don't already have the plan to do so. On top of that, buying products and things that help you get chores done. Convenience, 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 convenience. Y'all, I cannot stress this enough. Not only is having motivation markers and, acting on impulse is good, you need something to make it fucking easier. I'm telling you right now, if you leave your life the same way all the time and you're not buying the necessary products or you're not inhibiting the necessary habits to make sure that you're making your life easier, you're never gonna get shit done. When it comes down to my laundry, I was like, okay, I know that I don't like doing laundry. Laundry is too overwhelming for me, so how can I make this easier? I got myself a 3-tier hamper where it separates my whites, my lights, and my darks. That alone has made going to the laundry and just getting my clothes clean so much freaking easier because now I don't have to worry about going through the whole pile, separating the whites, the lights, the darks. I don't gotta worry about any of that. That's one step that I do not have to worry about anymore, which has literally made doing that chore damn near a breeze. So I implore you guys to do those exact same things. If you see something that's more convenient for you, it helps you with your overstimulation, sensory overload, anything, try it out, give it a buy. Don't be cheap because that's the reason why you're stressed out now. Moving on. This last one, I've struggled with this and I'm more than sure that a lot of y'all have struggled with this too. Maintaining hygiene. I know that maintaining hygiene can be very fucking hard because for one, you could probably just forget, or for two, you probably have a depressive episode or an anxiety attack or anything or whatever that's withholding you from being able to do these things, okay? That's where all my previous tips come into play. Acting on the impulse. I don't give a damn if I just woke up in the morning. If I get the impulse to take a shower, do it. Make sure that you have all your things right there. I have bought me some exfoliating gloves because I hated washing with a rag. Holding it in my hand was just too much. I didn't like a loofah because also holding it was just too much on my hands, too much of me gripping, did not cause good sense stimulation, was not happy with it. So what did I do? I bought exfoliating gloves. Now, taking a shower, a breeze. Why? Because the washcloth is literally my literal hands. One of the pinnacle things that I use in my hygiene is literally making sure that everything has a placeholder. Like I talked about with my 5-tier shelves. Like I talked about with my freaking soap being in the right place or my toothpaste holder. Everything being in a spot, everything having a designated spot. When things come up missing, or when they run out or whatever, I know, okay, I misplaced that. Okay, I need to replace that. Okay, I know this is supposed to be here. And on top of that, routine. Oh my God. Routine. When I tell y'all, I know I'm all over the place in this video and I'm so freaking sorry. I'll try to put a list in the chat if I'm not doing well, okay? But routine, and I don't mean, oh, you wake up at 8 a.m. and you eat yogurt every morning. No. Routine will save your literal fucking life. Routine has helped me maintain my hygiene so bad, on top of my convenience items, on top of my motivation markers, on top of my impulsivity activities, baby, on top of all of that. Routine. I cannot fucking stress it enough. Routine! Please do it. I beg. When you have things that are in their designated spots, where you know where everything is, you can keep track, you can stick to your routine. You come into the bathroom. When I come into my bathroom, my routine is come into my bathroom. My toothbrush is right here. I reach over to the right. I can do it probably in my sleep. Reach over to the right. My toothbrush is right there. Grab the toothpaste. Put it on my toothbrush. Brush my teeth. Okay? Brush my teeth. Oh, actually, backtrack. Back up. Grab my tongue scraper. Scrape that tongue. Okay? Rinse it. Put it back. Now grab my toothbrush. Brush my teeth. Okay? Put that back. Now, grab my floss out of my little drawer. Baby! Convenience! Grab my little freaking floss out of my drawer. Floss my teeth. Okay? Put that back. Gargle right here. Okay? Go ahead. Switch my mouth. Sometimes in the morning, if my breath extra funky, I will have me a little cups that's also on my little thing. Take that. Rinse. Boom. Switch my mouth. And then proceed with those steps. Baby, doing my morning care, my freaking towel right there to wash my face. Soap right there to put it on my towel to wash my face. All of that is a routine that I follow because everything is in this designated spot. All my stuff is easily accessible. I don't have to go digging or looking or wherever. So it keeps me from getting distracted. It keeps me from losing interest. It keeps me from being frustrated. I just go boom. Morning routine is done in 5 freaking minutes. I know. Okay, going to the toilet. I have my tissue right here on my little shelf. Okay, if my tissues disappeared on this shelf, I know that I have to grab it out the cabinet underneath the sink and replace it. Why? Because that's my routine. I constantly do it. A routine doesn't have to always be the exact same thing every single time, all the time. It can literally be, okay, I know in the morning, this is going to be here. That's going to be there. So I can literally follow these steps every morning. And it's not overwhelming for me because it's basically muscle memory. Maintaining hygiene, I know it can be very difficult sometimes. I get it. Trust me, I know. But when you implement all these things, y'all, I'm telling you, it makes it so much easier. Am I saying that there's going to be days when you're still going to not feel like doing anything? Of course there's going to be days like that. You're a neurodivergent. But having these tips and tricks, doing all this stuff, sticking to a routine, having your motivation markers, all that extra stuff, maybe it's going to make life, I don't want to say a breeze, but it might not be a breeze, baby. It might not be a breeze, but it's definitely a wind. Do you know what I'm saying? It might be a little blow. You know, a little whistle. You know what I'm saying? It might give you a little, it can't make your hair flow like Beyonce, but it can definitely lift your eyelashes. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. So these are literally just the things that I use, y'all. Like, this is what I do every single day. But all right, guys, that is it for how I deal with adulting. Okay, I know that was all over the place. I was rambling like a motherfucker in this video. Okay, forgive me, ADHD brain. But anyways, y'all, all you have to remember is just make sure that you are doing things when you are motivated, so acting on that impulse, purchasing necessary items, implementing necessary tips like the ones in this video to help you do things and sticking to that routine. But in the hoods, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys very, 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 very much. Make sure to like, comments. So let's read your comments and share. And if you're new, please subscribe, baby. If you're all the way at the end, you already know that you love me. So go ahead and hit that button. But anyways, guys, once again, I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.